it's not working. Okay, there we go. You ready? Go for it.
So this plant right here is called Hispalma palmiflora. It has these nice tubular flowers. It's part of the asparagus family. Other members in that family include the more famous yucca, agave, and it has these nice red tubular flowers that are attractive to hummingbirds. Although other pollinators like wasps and bumblebees will also visit them. They're very rich in nectar, and when the flowers are pollinated, it makes these very nice seed pods, and they will self-seed for you.
Nice. And what about this down here?
This plant right here is Rulia simplex Katie's white. The normal species Rulia simplex is actually a pretty aggressive plant. It spreads by both self-seeding and runners. But a lady by the name of Katie in Florida was trying to create one that wasn't as aggressive, and she succeeded. She managed to select for some that had a more dwarf habit and didn't have the running habit, and also was sterile. So the plan with these guys next year is we're going to rip up the individual plants so we can make more.
Nice. What about that one right back there?
This one right here, this is Gaillardia aristidia spin top. It's part of the spin top series, which is supposed to be a series of Gaillardia that they're more compact and foliferous. And this guy has been blooming since we planted it last year, non-stop, even in the winter.
Nice. Okay, let's go to these guys right here.
These guys can actually be found locally here in El Paso. It's called Blackfoot Daisy, or Malapodium leucodilum. It is a plant that does not like water. So if you have a edge of a bed that you neglect, this is the plant for you. In fact, one of the ways that you could lose this plant is by overwatering it.
Oh,
and it
wow.
also has a long bloom time. It will keep on flowering with these little white flowers that are lightly scented from the beginning when we start hitting the 80s until we get the frost.
Nice. Okay, what about this little small pink one right here?
This one right here is called Penstemon rock candy ruby. The rock candy series is a series of plants from the species Penstemon barbatus that they're more compact, and in fact these guys were bred for pot cultures. But we planted them in the ground closer up front to the border, and they're intermingling with this nice green, blue grass called Festuca coazis. This is actually a hybrid between a European species and a native species here to the Americas called Festuca idahoensis, but it retained the blue coloring of the European species.
Nice. What about this one right here?
This one with the silver leaves is actually one of our natives, and it's called desert marigold. And there's the flower. It's one of our many yellow daisies. This is another one of those plants that if you have a spot that is pretty neglected and that you don't water often, this is a plant for you.
Nice. What about this guy right here?
This one is actually Nicotiana obtusiflora. It's actually our native species of tobacco plant. It does contain nicotine, but not to the high enough amounts of being able to be smoked. It does have these tiny little yellowish white flowers that are moth pollinated. And this guy does self-seed a lot. These are the seed pods right here. And inside each one of these seed pods is hundreds of thousands of little black seeds, assuming this guy didn't already drop it. And I don't think this fruit was ready.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, what about these right here?
This one is like the other one that we saw earlier. It's also Gaillardia spin top, but this one's called Copper Sun. The big difference between this one and the earlier one is the petals. The other one had petals that were rolled up into tubes, and this one has the more traditional flower shape.
Oh wow. What about this guy?
This guy is probably one of the most common plants that you'll find here in the El Paso landscape. This is Leucophyllum frutescens, or Texas rain sage. This is the big bushes that you often see that after it rains, they flush up with pink lavender flowers. One of the other names for this plant is barometer bush, because supposedly the bush is able to sense changes in pressure, indicating rain is on the way.
Oh wow, that's interesting. What about this guy right here?
This guy right here is Cassiopeia perchelium, or red desert bird of paradise. This is a plant that's from deeper down into Mexico. It has naturalized here, and in Arizona it is considered a little bit of an invasive. It's part of the bean family, and it's part of a subfamily in that family called Cassiopeia. And all Cassiopeia members have flowers like this that are open, but they still keep this distinctive bottom petal that all beans tend to have.
That's beautiful.
And this is a great plant for attracting some of the large body butterflies like the queens, the monarchs, the fraternities, and the swallowtails.
Nice.
It's very rich in nectar.
Okay, we'll stop it right there with the plants. Our next segment's going to be on the trees.